Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ali Gohar. Tonight we're going to focus on Pakistan's tour to England. Most of the team are already in England. They're in Worcester right now with members of the support staff. And on the 3rd of July, the other remaining players will be meeting them in Manchester. On the 13th of July, they'll be moving to Derbyshire. So they've got a lot of practice before the test series against England. Remember, they're playing 3 tests and 3 T20s in August, September. Before that, the West Indians will take on England in a test match series. They're currently playing a warm-up game right now. So England will have good practice before they face the Pakistanis. We're going to focus on that, and then we'll briefly discuss the new club cricket system that's in place. We're going to do that with our guests online, but before I introduce my guests, our PTV World production team have prepared a package on Pakistan's upcoming tour to England. Let's listen in.
Pakistan cricket team departed for England earlier on Sunday. A 20-player squad along with 11 support staffs left for England. Pakistan cricket team has begun their training in Worcester ahead of their 3 tests and 3 T20 internationals against England in a specially arranged biosecure environment to withstand the COVID-19 effect. After being tested positive and then twice negative for COVID-19, a group of 6 Pakistani cricketers will depart for Manchester on 3rd July. The players who will travel for Manchester are Fakhar Zaman, Mohammad Hasnain, Mohammad Hafiz, Mohammad Rizwan, Shadab Khan and Wahab Riaz. The side will move to Derbyshire on July 13th to prepare for their 3 Test and 3 T20 international series against the home side, which will begin on 30th July and end in September. During departure, Babar Azam tweeted that it's always great to play in England and I look forward to get on this journey with our talented bunch of players. Fans, as always, we would be in need of your prayers, love and unconditional support. Pakistan will tour England for a Test and T20 international series, which will get underway from July 30th with the T20 series concluding in the first week of September. The tour will mark return for Pakistan cricket in the international arena after the break due to the pandemic.
Now to elaborate on this in further detail, we've been joined by 2 senior sports journalists online. We have with us Mr. Mirza Iqbal Baig and Mr. Asif Khan. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Ali.
Mirza Iqbal Baig Sahab, we'll start with you. A 20-player squad, a 20-man squad is already there, along with, I believe, 11 members of support staff. These are very unusual circumstances. We were all expecting that, but at least Pakistan will have some time in England to prepare. Yes, they won't have the kind of practice that they want, unlike England, who already would have had played a test series, but they should feel bullish going forward. They have no other choice. And what's more, of late they've enjoyed playing in England, especially test match cricket.
Yeah, definitely it will be a different sort of atmosphere for the Pakistani cricketers, and not only for the Pakistani cricketers, but English cricketers as well. But English cricketers will be quite used to the situation because they are going to start a series against West Indies from 8th of July, and before playing against Pakistan, they will play 3 test series versus West Indies, which will definitely give an upper hand to the English side because they'll be used to the conditions, they'll be used to playing under COVID-19 without spectators. But I think that it will be a challenging task for the Pakistani cricketers because, you know, last time when we played a test series in England, it was way back in 2016, and at that time Misbah was the captain, Yunus was in the team, and now both are the coaches. Misbah is the head coach and Yunus Khan is the batting coach, so it will be quite interesting. But Ali, if you look at the conditions, you know, the county cricket didn't go up because of the COVID, so the pitches will be quite fresh, and it will be a testing time for the Pakistani batsmen to play on those pitches and to face the English bowling attack, which will be definitely James Anderson, Stuart Broad, Jofra Archer. Definitely it will be quite difficult for the Pakistani batsmen to cope with the fast bowling of English team, but let's hope for the good.
As I said before, Asif Khan, England will go in much better prepared, having had a test series against England. The West Indies have a very good bowling attack, some very, very good fast bowlers in there, some fine batsmen. So there's no doubt that England will be the favourites. We have to acknowledge that.
Definitely, it goes without saying, Ali, for a very important reason that England are playing at their home, so they will be entering the series as favourites, and somebody has to start. So Pakistan has to take a back seat. West Indies is taking the first go, so it has to happen. One has to take a back seat. Somebody has to open the door, as they call it. But Pakistan, had Pakistan gotten the practice, if we believe so, even then the amount of experience in the English bowling is far higher than of the Pakistani bowlers anyway. Stuart Broad, James Anderson, Vokes, Archer, and then they have Moeen Ali. Then Leach is there, Best is there. So the bowling combination of England is very, very good as compared to the Pakistan inexperienced bowling side. Naseem Shah, Shaheen Shah Afridi, you all know Abbas, Hasnain, Yasir Shah. These bowlers are there. Apart from Abbas and Yasir, the other chaps, the other fast bowlers especially, they are not that experienced. So in any case, in my opinion, Pakistan would enter this series as the underdog, as the one who has lesser chances of winning the series anyway. So, but special circumstances, there are some other minuses as well as far as the bowling is concerned. The fast bowlers will not be allowed to use that traditional armories, as they could call it, using of saliva, the other tactics. So a lot has to be seen. A very interesting sort of series coming up, starting off from the West Indies versus England. So we all are looking forward to watching that.
Right, gentlemen, we'll pick up on your thoughts after a very short break. Stay tuned.
आपको ये इसके पीछे कम से कम 15-20 ऐसे वाकयात जो होने वाले होते हैं वो हमारी इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी की वजह से, हमारी पुलिस, हमारी आर्मी, हमारी रेंजर्स की वजह से खत्म हो जाते हैं, जो हम तक भी नहीं पहुंचते. सो प्लीज की बेयर दिस इन माइंड. एक बहुत बड़ी जंग है जो हम लड़ रहे हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि रॉ बड़ी ताकतवर है और वो आईएसआई के ऊपर छाई हुई है. हमारी आईएसआई इज फार बेटर देन एनी रॉ एंड मोसाद. आई हैव दिस फर्म बिलीव कि हमारी जो इंटेलिजेंस फोर्सेज हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा बेहतर और बहुत ज़्यादा इक्विप्ड और बहुत ज़्यादा सोच समझ रखने वाली फोर्सेज हैं, जिसकी वजह से आज पाकिस्तान कायम और दायम है. इतने नापाक अज़ाइम के बावजूद दुश्मन के आज पाकिस्तान अपनी जगह पे खड़ा है और मजबूती से खड़ा है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. इन दी एंड मैं आपके सामने ये बात रख रहा हूँ कि हमारे ये बहादुर जवान जिन्होंने इस दिलेराना कार्रवाई में हिस्सा लिया है, मैं वजीर आजम से भरपूर दरख्वास्त करूंगा और यहाँ से मैं उनका केस भी पुटअप करके भेज रहा हूँ. तमगाए शुजात इन लोगों को मिलना चाहिए जो मेरे राइट और लेफ्ट पर बैठे हैं, जिन्होंने ये बहुत बड़ा कारनामा किया. मैं आपका एक बार फिर मशकूर हूँ कि आप लोगों ने अपने कीमती वक्त निकाला और आज यहाँ पर तशरीफ लाए. इससे सिर्फ हौसला अफजाई हमने इन लोगों की करने की कोशिश की है. ये खुदा न खास्ता कोई ऐसी चीज़ नहीं है कि हम कोई लालच किसी को दे रहे हैं, लेकिन इससे सिर्फ आप लोगों से मैं मुखातिब हूँ कि आपको सिर्फ हौसला देने के लिए और ये बताने के लिए कि अगर आप हमारे लिए खड़े हैं तो हम भी पीछे नहीं हटेंगे आपसे. पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद.
Welcome back. We're in conversation with two senior cricket journalists, Mirza, Iqbal, Baig and Asif Khan. We've been discussing Pakistan's upcoming tour to England. We're going to continue to do that. Mirza, Iqbal, Baig Sahab, I'm going to move to you now. Just before the break, Asif Khan mentioned the new rules that are going to come in. And one of them is causing a lot of concern, particularly for the Pakistanis, because they rely heavily on their bowlers, particularly reverse swing. And now we know they're not allowed to use saliva on the ball. Ramiz Raja said that might hurt some of the Pakistani bowlers, especially Mohammad Abbas. He specifically pointed out Abbas. What do you make of it?
Definitely, as Asif was mentioning, that the Pakistan is not too experienced, as compared to the English bowling attack. But Wahab Riaz is leaving on the 3rd of July to England, and let's see whether he is included in the Pakistan Test squad or not, because he has shown his willingness that he'll be available for the Test series. So definitely Misbah will be going with a seasoned fast bowler, and Wahab can be very good in this condition. But as far as saliva is concerned, definitely it will be a concern for the Pakistan cricket team, because the Pakistani bowlers, they are quite used to swing the ball and they use saliva. They actually now that has been banned by the ICC, so it will be quite difficult for them. Although with the sweat they can just rub the ball. But I think so the reverse swing will be quite difficult under these circumstances, and it will be a challenging task for the young Pakistani guns, including Shaheen Shah Afridi and Naseem Shah. While Abbas is quite used to the condition, but this time Abbas will be bowling without saliva, using the saliva, so it will be quite difficult for them. Wahab Riaz is famous for his reverse swing, and they won't be giving chance to Hasnain in the test matches as far as Hasnain is concerned. So it will be difficult for the Pakistani bowlers to cope with these sort of rules, these sort of conditions. Let's see what happens, but definitely it will be a challenging task for the Pakistani bowlers.
Asif Khan, over the last couple of days, we've heard some comments from former players, which weren't particularly positive, but I'm sure they have some points. I just mentioned Ramiz Raja is quite active on his YouTube channel. He said the squad was a little more, it's more of the same. He said it's a very Misbah-like squad. Then Aqib Javed said that Pakistan could be whitewashed because of how inexperienced they are, particularly their bowling attack. Do you have a different theory?
It is on paper. It can be. It is not really difficult to gauge the two teams. You can see the inexperience in bowling, as I mentioned in the first part as well. And in test matches, you've got to get 20 wickets to win a test match. For that, you've got to have the penetration in your bowling department, which is not really visible in Pakistan's case. So it goes without saying that the Pakistan's bowling health is not that apt as compared to the English bowling. So this is besides the point. Now look at the batting depth of Pakistan. Batting, I think, is okay. Azhar Ali, starting from Azhar Ali, Shan Masood, Asad Shafiq, Iftikhar Ahmed, Fawad Alam, then your wicketkeeper Sarfaraz Ahmed or Ruhail Nazir, or else if Rizwan gets fit. So batting is okay, not that bad, but test matches are won with bowling penetration. So there they are. I would go with them, with Ramiz, with Aqib Javed, that it is an obvious thing that Pakistan's bowling is not up to the mark there.
I'm going back to Pakistan's last test match win in England. That was at Lord's, and the bowling attack comprised Mohammad Amir, who was opening the bowling, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong, my memory is hazy. Mohammad Amir, Mohammad Abbas, then they had Hassan Ali and Fahim Ashraf, and there was no Yasir Shah. Shadab Khan was the spinner. So that bowling attack, I mean, yes, you had Amir, but that bowling attack wasn't particularly experienced either. I mean, that was Abbas's first gig in England. And Hassan Ali, we all know, is not really a test match bowler, but he ended up bowling well. And then Fahim Ashraf was there. So anything could happen, Mirza Iqbal Baig.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely, Ali. Anything could happen, but the experience playing under the English conditions, it's quite difficult because the ball swings a lot. The conditions, they are quite different from Pakistan, where Shaheen Afridi and Naseem Shah, they played test matches in Pakistan, but in England, they'll be facing different circumstances because the weather will be cloudy, there will be cold, and the saliva is not allowed, and the ball will be swinging. So it will be quite difficult for the Pakistani bowlers to bowl on a good line and length and to contain the English batsmen, not only to contain them, but to get the 20 wickets. So I think so that inexperience, they might be having the inexperience, but they have got the bowling coach Waqar Yunus who can tell them a lot. So let's see, but in my opinion, definitely Pakistani bowlers are lacking in experience as compared to the English team.
Well, one thing which I just want to add quickly is the change of ball. Pakistan played with Kookaburra, has been playing with Kookaburra for some time, and this will be a Duke cricket ball, which demands a different length. So Pakistan batsmen bowlers are capable. They are there to show the mettle, but they got to adjust quickly. This is the point. The inexperience is obvious. Because of that, one can easily pick England as favourites.
There's no
thing,
doubt
Ali, that
England are
Pakistani
favourites. And even in 2016 and 2018 when Sarfaraz was captain, England were favourites then, but we ended up drawing the series. So let's see what happens. And we mentioned this on other shows as well, that because it will probably be an empty stadium. One of the reasons why Pakistan has done well in England, many argue, is because of crowd support.
Yeah.
When Pakistan plays, there are more Pakistani supporters than there are English supporters. You're not going to have that in the Test match series or even the T20 series. Asif Khan.
Yeah, when it comes to crowd, Pakistan is perhaps one of the, or perhaps the only team which has had the experience of playing at an empty stadium. We have been doing it. We had been doing it since 2009 until I think late last year, until the full test match. So Pakistan have had that flavor of playing without the support of the crowd or without the presence of the crowd. These are testing times. These are new times. So one has to feel a new flavor. One has to go through a new experience altogether. And the players, I was listening to Stuart Broad's press conference the other day, and he was linking it with a psychological angle as well. Without the support of the crowd, without unprecedented environment, with the unprecedented environment, a batsman or a bowler or a cricketer for that matter would have a psychological impact on the mindset as well. So people are thinking that differently. But in Pakistan's case, I was on a program with an English journalist, and we were recalling that 2012 series between Pakistan and England, which Pakistan won 3-0 in UAE. Iqbal was there too. So that series was also played almost at an empty stadium. So this will not be a new thing for Pakistan. For other teams, yes, this will be a new thing.
Mirza, Iqbal, Baig, let's talk about Pakistan's batting, particularly their new one-day captain and T20 captain, Babar Azam. Now, a lot of people have been praising Babar Azam of late, saying he can break into the big four easily. Now, this is an important series for him, just like the Australian one was. He needed 100 in Australia to prove himself, and he got that. Now he's here in England. I think his first big test match innings was against England at Lord's. Remember, then he was hit on the elbow and he couldn't play the second test match. But this is a very important series for him. It's important for a batsman to play well in England if they want to be recognized.
The problem is this, Ali, that we have created a lot of hype regarding Babar Azam, and people are comparing Babar Azam with Virat Kohli, but he started his career in 2015 and he is coming off very nicely. But I think that he'll be under a lot of pressure. Although he has played county cricket, he has the experience of playing in English conditions. But our main hope actually rests with Babar Azam. So he'll be under a lot of pressure because everyone is talking about that Babar Azam will do this, Babar Azam will do that. So definitely there are some other batsmen in Pakistan squad too, but all eyes are set on Babar Azam. So he'll be under a lot of pressure, and he'll have to perform because of his reputation, which he has shown in the last few years, scoring runs in Australia, scoring runs everywhere. So it will be quite challenging for Babar Azam. But as far as Pakistan batting is concerned, Ali, I think that Shan Masood, he has got a good technique. In South Africa, he played very well. Shan Masood can be a good prospect for Pakistan. And beside that, Azhar Ali, who has got the experience, Asif Shafiq. I think that Pakistan batting in Fawad Alam, will he be staging a comeback into the Pakistan squad, test squad, 11 member or not? Because Misbah is quite inclined towards Iftikhar Ahmed. Misbah thinks that Iftikhar Ahmed can bowl, Iftikhar Ahmed can field, and he's a good batsman. But let's see, there will be a choice between Iftikhar and Fawad Alam. I think I'll go with Fawad Alam. So it will be a quite decent batting lineup as far as Pakistan is concerned. But the main problem will be the opening, In the earlier stage, if England is able to get the breakthrough, then definitely there will be a lot of pressure on the Pakistan batting, particularly on Babar Azam.
Right. I mean, if it's between Fawad Alam and Iftikhar, if you were to ask me, sir, it's a no-brainer. Fawad Alam has to be there. It's about time that he gets into the test squad. A little bit more on Pakistan's batting, Asif Khan. We've talked about the inexperienced bowling attack, but the batting is rather experienced. I mean, it's a bit strange to see that. It's usually the other way around. You've got Azhar Ali, who's been a prolific test match run scorer for Pakistan over the years. Shan Masood is a much improved batsman. Mirza Iqbal Baig mentioned how well he played against South Africa, particularly against the shorter ball. Asad Shafiq, Babar Azam, we've discussed. Fawad Alam, if they decide to play him. So there's a lot to look forward to as far as Pakistan's batting lineup is concerned. They have the experience to do the job.
Yeah, the spine is there when it comes to Pakistan batting, but these are contrasting surfaces. Pakistan played the last test thing apart from Pakistan.
Right, gentlemen,
Australia.
I'm just gonna have to go to a quick break. We'll be back shortly.
All right.